Hello, all you wonderful people, and welcome back to Picks for Passion. This week, I thought I would just start by really introducing myself and why I started this channel to begin with, because I personally believe if you know why I have done this, then it might become more meaningful to you, and so that's what we're going to do. So I started taking pictures when I was super little. Always loved photography. I got my first point and shoot in 2011. It came everywhere with me, up until the point where I used it so much that the LCD screen on the back broke. It was just completely worn out, but it took so many pictures and came so many places with me. It was awesome. So after that broke, I started saving up for a DSLR. And come Christmas time, when I was about 13, 14, I was almost there. I was about halfway there. And then my parents told me that they were going to pitch in the other half so I could get the camera that I wanted, which was fantastic. So I started with a Canon Rebel T3. I actually still own that camera and use it as my second body when I'm shooting weddings or larger events, because it makes it easier than trying to switch out lenses, just have two bodies. Around the same time, though, I started struggling with depression and anxiety. And it was hard. I didn't really know much about mental health or mental health struggles at that point. This was all super new to me. I wasn't sure what was going on inside my brain or why I was feeling the way I was. But I knew one thing for sure, that I loved photography. So I started going for walks by myself with my music and with my camera. And I was just allowing myself to get lost in my walk, right? I was looking at leaves and at rocks and at streams and ponds and cars. And I was just shooting anything that caught my eye, whether I thought it was going to turn out well or not. I just wanted the world to disappear and for me to be alone with my camera, because that's where I felt the safest. That's where I felt the happiest. And regardless of what else I was feeling, when I had my camera in my hand and I had the time to go out and just shoot and blast my music in my headphones, it was as if nothing else in the world mattered and that my brain didn't feel broken. So photography has always been super meaningful to me because it's always allowed me to have that escape, regardless of how bad things got or, whether I was happy or I was sad or I was dealing with depression or anxiety. If I had time to pick up my camera and just go and leave everything behind for a couple hours, then that made a world of difference for me. So as I grew up, I continued on with this trend. I learned more about depression and anxiety, learned how to cope with it a little bit better, learn more about what it was and what caused it, and all of that fun stuff. I graduated high school and I went to Nova Scotia Community College and got a diploma in photography. And while I was there, I really just wanted to find a way to mix photography and mental health together, because photography has meant so much to me and my mental health journey that I just wanted to share it with the world. Hence why this is now a thing. So I started the first semester off super easy, but just kind of learning, meeting people, figuring out how to become a better photographer, figuring out the techniques and all of that fun stuff. And then came Christmas time, and I really started digging into mental health photography. And I was Googling pictures and I was searching on Pinterest and I was just reading up on all the things that I could find about mental health photography. And all of it was super, super dark. It was focusing on symptoms. It was focusing on the negatives. It was just really disheartening to see, because that's not how I view mental health photography. And so to not be able to find anything that shared my view kind of made me feel like maybe I was wrong, or maybe my idea just wasn't realistic because obviously nobody else is thinking it. And so I started off with Picks for Passion, And one of my best friends, who was also a classmate at the time, helped me to get it started, which was fantastic. We reached out to our friends and family, and we asked anybody who's willing to share their story to come into the studio, and we would photograph them in a way that made them feel most powerful. Each person had a different story to tell, and because all of my inspiration was coming from dark images, all of the images created were dark. And at the time, it was just awesome to be able to create images in general, but now, looking back, I can see the real transition from where I started to where I am now, and I am grateful that that's where I started because I have that transition. I can see it. It's tangible, which is awesome. So as things continued, my mental health declined and increased, and it was all over the place. I got a concussion in 2018 that caused 6 months of memory loss and has been impacting my everyday life since. It was not a fun time to begin with, but now knowing what I know about mental health and about concussion recovery and about coping mechanisms, I'm able to live the best life that I possibly can post-concussion. So that means that I can go out and take pictures. It means that I am accepting the fact that there are going to be some days where I just need to nap all day, and that's okay. There are going to be some days or some weeks, months, whatever, that I'm not going to want to pick up my camera, and that's okay. Because all of it is just a learning curve for me to become the best version of me for me. And that's really what photography is all about, right? It's capturing what you're passionate about. It's capturing your view of the world. It's trying to share what you see and what you value with other people. And in terms of Pics for Passion, I've been able to grow it into something just incredible, bigger than I thought I was going to be able to, and I know we're just at the beginning and I can get it even further with your help, but to be able to create images that represent people's stories and show that these are individuals. These individuals have stories to tell, but most importantly, these are valued, important individuals in our photographs. And they deserve to be seen as superstars, regardless of their struggles. So that's really where I want to take this now, is to just show what mental health can be as a superpower, right? Without my struggles with depression and anxiety, this would never have become a thing. All of my trips, all of my passion, it would not be the same. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be there, but it wouldn't be the same because I understand firsthand what mental health feels like. I understand firsthand what fighting for somebody else feels like in the healthcare system or for counseling or for other things like that. I get it. I've been there. I will probably be there again, and that's okay because I know that I can fight for it. I know that bit by bit I can make a difference, and if I can use my photography to help make that difference bigger, then that's what I want to do. And that's why I've created Pics for Passion, because I want to be able to provide you the tools to do the same. I want to show you how to deal with panic attacks, how to help other people who are going through anxiety attacks or panic attacks, different coping mechanisms, different small activities in terms of physical activity. Maybe you are recovering from an injury or a concussion. I want to be able to provide you with all of the education, all of the resources possible that I can get my hands on so that you too can follow your passion and turn it into something fantastic. I'll also be showing you how to take fantastic photos because I'm a photographer and that's just what I do. But together I know that we can get there and we can make a difference, and we're going to start that off by just photographing what we love, right? Spend the next 2 weeks, just picking up your camera or taking your cell phone, going for walks, and just photograph what you love to photograph or what you love to spend time doing. And next week when we come back, or not next week, but in 2 weeks when we come back, we will take a look at the photographs. We will reevaluate what we want and where we want to go, and I'll be giving you tools of how to get there, right? So this journey is just starting, and I'm so excited that you're here with me, and I can't wait to see what we can all come up with together. So if this is your first time here, thank you for staying with me for so long. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your support. And if you don't want to miss a video, then hit that subscribe button so that you don't. And we will build this community of mental health loving photographers, or just passionate people, together. Alright, that's it for now, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Bye!